The Boys in the Band.
Thank you.
Tonight we are reading The Boys in the Band by Mart Crowley.
Proud Boys.
Sorry, guys. Wow.
And that concludes our presentation.
Go first.
Well done, everyone. Brisk, right there.
That was easier than I thought it was
Very
going to be.
funny.
Okay.
There's so many blank pages in the script. Here we go. Take two. Tonight we are reading The Boys in the Band. Playing Michael.
Jerry Williams.
Playing Donald.
David Mackler.
Playing Emory.
Thomas Kane.
Playing Hank.
Chris Carlson.
Playing Larry.
Chris Vivolo.
Playing Bernard.
Joe Jones.
Playing Alan.
Tyler Bogen.
Playing Cowboy.
Stephen Ackerman.
Playing Harold.
Christopher Stansfield.
There is no curtain. The lights come up on a smartly appointed duplex apartment in the East 50s, New York, consisting of a living room and on a higher level, a bedroom. Bossa Nova music blasts from a phonograph. Michael, wearing a robe, enters from the kitchen carrying a Scotch liquor bottle and one red rose in a vase. He crosses to set the Scotch on the bar, moves to the left table to place the vase. He crosses to the sofa, sits down, starts to ribbon on package. The front door buzzer sounds. Michael stops tying the package, goes to the door, pushes the button to release the outside building door. Pushes the button to release outside building door, opens the apartment door, and turns off the phonograph as Donald enters. Donald is dressed in khakis and a Lacoste shirt, carrying an airline zipper bag and a stack of books. He drops the books on the sofa.
Donald, you're about a day and a half early.
The doctor canceled.
Canceled? How did you get inside?
The street door was open.
You want a drink?
Not until I've had my shower. I want something to work out today. I want to try to relax and enjoy something.
You in a blue funk because of the doctor?
Christ, no. I was depressed long before I got there.
Why'd the prick cancel?
A virus or something. He looked awful.
Well, this'll pick you up. I went shopping today and bought all kinds of goodies. Sandalwood soap.
I feel better already.
Your very own toothbrush, because I'm sick to death of you using mine.
How do you think I feel?
You've had worse things in your mouth. And also for you, something called control. Notice nowhere is it called hairspray, just simply control. And the words for men are written about 37 times all over the goddamn can.
It's called Butch Assurance.
Well, it's still hairspray, no matter if they call it balls. It's all going on your very own shelf, which is to be labeled Donald's Saturday Night Douche Kit. By the way, you spending the night?
Nope. I'm driving back. I still get very itchy when I'm in this town too long.
I'll never know how you can tank up on martinis and make it back to the Hamptons in one piece.
Believe me, it's easier than getting here. Ever had an anxiety attack at 60 miles an hour?
Why didn't the prick call you and cancel? Suppose you had driven all this way for nothing.
Why do you keep calling him a prick?
Who ever heard of an analyst having a session with a patient for 2 hours on a Saturday evening?
He simply prefers to take Mondays off.
Works late on Saturday and takes Monday off. What is he, a psychiatrist or a hairdresser?
Actually, he's both. He shrinks my head and then combs me out. Besides, I had to come in town to a birthday party anyway, right?
You had to remind me. If it's one thing I'm not ready for, it's 5 screaming queens singing Happy Birthday!
Who's coming?
They're really all Harold's friends. It's his birthday, and I wanted everything to be the way he'd want it. I don't want to have to listen to him kvetch about how nobody ever does anything for anybody but themselves.
Himself.
Himself. I think you know everybody anyway. They're the same old tired fairies you've seen around since the day one. Actually, there'll be 7, counting Harold and you and me.
Are you calling me a screaming queen or a tired fairy?
Oh, I beg your pardon. 6 tired, screaming fairy queens and 1 anxious queer.
You don't think Harold will mind my being here, do you?
If she doesn't like it, she can twist on it. Listen, I'll be out of your way in a second. I've only got one more thing to do.
Surgery so early in the evening?
Sunt, that's French, with a cedilla. I've got to comb my hair for the 37th time. Hair, that's singular. My hair, without exaggeration, is clearly falling on the floor, and fast, baby.
You're totally paranoid. You've got plenty of hair.
What you see before you is a masterpiece of deception. My hairline starts about here. All this is just tortured forward.
Well, I hope for your sake no strong wind comes up.
If one does, I'll be in terrible trouble. I will then have a bald head and shoulder-length fringe. Not good, huh?
Not the greatest.
It's called getting old. Well, one thing you have to say for masturbation, you certainly don't have to look your best. What are you so depressed about? I mean, other than the usual everything.
Oh, I don't want to get into it.
Well, if you're not going to tell me, how can we have a conversation in depth? A warm, rewarding, meaningful friendship.
Up yours.
Why, Captain Butler, how you do talk.
It's just that today I finally realized I was raised to be a failure. I was groomed for it. Naturally, it all goes back to Evelyn and Walt.
Christ. How sick analysts must get of hearing how Mommy and Daddy made their daughter.
Down. Like why I never finished anything that I started in my life. My neurotic compulsion to not succeed.
Oh, Donald, you're so serious tonight. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. What's more boring than a queen doing a Judy Garland imitation?
A queen doing a Betty Davis imitation.
Meanwhile, back at the Evelyn and Walt syndrome.
I realized that it was always when I failed that Evelyn loved me the most because it displeased Walt, who wanted perfection. And I began to fail on purpose to get love. Failure is the only thing with which I feel at home because it's what I was taught at home.
Killer whales is what they are. Killer whales.
Where'd you get that sweater?
This clever little shop on the right bank called Hermes.
Work my ass off for 45 lousy dollars a week scrubbing floors, and you waltz around throwing cashmere sweaters on them.
The one on the floor in the bedroom is Vicuna.
I beg your pardon.
You could get a job doing something else. Nobody holds a gun to your head to be a charwoman. That is how you say your neurosis.
Gee, and I thought it was why I was born.
Besides, just because I wear expensive clothes doesn't necessarily mean they're paid for.
That is how you say your neurosis.
I'm a spoiled brat. So what do I know about being mature? The only thing mature means to me is Victor mature.
I can understand people having an affinity for the stage. But movies are such garbage. Who can take them seriously?
Well, I'm sorry if your sense of art is offended. Odd as it may seem, there wasn't a Schubert Theater in Hot Coffee, Mississippi.
However, thanks to the silver screen, your neurosis has got style. It takes a certain flair to squander one's unemployment check at Joe Allen's.
What's so snappy about being head over heels in debt? The only thing smart about it is the ingenious ways I find to dodge the bill collectors.
Yeah, come to think of it, you're the type that gives faggots a bad name.
And you, Donald, you are a credit to the homosexual. A reliable, hard-working, floor-scrubbing, bill-paying fag who don't owe nothing to nobody.
I am a model fairy.
You think it's just nifty how I've always flitted from Beverly Hills to Rome to Acapulco to Amsterdam, picking up a lot of one-night stands and a lot of custom-made duds along the trail. But I'm here to tell you that the only place in all those miles, the only place I have ever been happy was on the goddamn plane. Run, charge, run, buy, borrow, make, spend, run, squander, beg, run, waste, waste, waste. And why? And why? Fini. Applause. There's nothing quite so good as feeling sorry for yourself, is there?
Nothing.
I adore cheap sentiment.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm taking orders for drinks. What'll it be?
An extra dry beefeater martini on the rocks with a twist.
Coming up.
Telephone rings.
Backstage, New Moon. Alan? My God, I don't believe it. How are you? Where are you? In town. Great. When'd you get in? Is Fran with you? Oh. What? No. No. I am tied up tonight. No, tonight's no good for me. You mean now? Well, Alan, old boy, it's a friend's birthday and I'm having a few people. No, you wouldn't exactly call it a birthday party. Well, yes, actually, I guess you would. I mean, what else would you call it? A wake, maybe. I'm sorry, I can't ask you to join us, but, well, kiddo, it just wouldn't work out. No, it's not place cards or anything. It's just that, well, I'd hate to just see you for 10 minutes and... Alan, what's the matter? Are you crying? Oh, Alan, what's wrong? Alan, listen, come on over. No, it's perfectly all right. Well, just hurry up. I mean, come on by and have a drink, okay? Alan, are you all right? Okay. Yeah. Same old dress. Yeah. Bye.
Well, am I stunning?
You're absolutely stunning. You look like shit, but I'm absolutely stunned.
Your grapes are, how you say, sour.
Listen, you won't believe what just happened.
Where's my drink?
I didn't make it. My old roommate from Georgetown just called.
Alan, what's his name?
McCarthy. He's up here from Washington on business or something. He's on his way over here.
Well, I hope he knows the lyrics to Happy Birthday.
Listen, asshole. What am I gonna do? He's straight and square city. I mean, he's really very proper. Awfully good family.
That's so important.
I mean, they look down on people in the theater. So what are you going to think he'll feel about the freak show I've got booked for dinner?
Christ, is that good?
Want some cracked crab?
Not just yet. Why'd you invite him over?
He invited himself. He said he had to see me tonight. Immediately, he absolutely lost his spring on the phone. He started crying. And that's not his style at all. I mean, he's so pulled together. You wouldn't show any emotion if you were in a plane crash. What am I going to do?
Are you suddenly ashamed of your friends?
Donald, you are the only person I know of whom I am truly ashamed. Some people do have different standards from yours and mine, you know. And if we don't acknowledge them, we're just as narrow-minded and backward as we think they are.
You know what you are, Michael? You're a real person.
Thank you. And fuck you. Want some?
No thanks. How could you have ever been friends with a bore like that?
Believe it or not, there was a time in my life when I didn't go around announcing that I was a faggot.
That must have been before speech replaced sign language.
Don't give me any static on that score. I didn't come out until I left college.
It seems to me that the first time we tricked, we met in a gay bar on 3rd Avenue during your junior year.
Cunt.
I thought you'd never say it.
Sure you don't want any cracked crab?
Not yet, if you don't mind. Do you want some more club soda?
What?
There's nothing but club soda in that glass. I've been watching you for several Saturdays now. You've actually stopped drinking, haven't you?
And smoking too.
And smoking too. How long's it been?
5 weeks.
That's amazing.
I've found God.
It is amazing for you.
Or is God dead?
Yes, thank God. I could always tell when you were getting high, one way.
I'd get hostile.
What made you stop? The analyst?
He certainly had a lot to do with it. Mainly, I just didn't think I could survive another hangover. That's all. I don't think I could go through that morning after ick attack.
Morning after what?
Icks, anxiety, guilt, unfathomable guilt, either real or imagined. From the split second your eyes pop open and you say, oh my God, what did I do last night? And zap, total recall.
Tell me about it.
And then that struggle to live till lunch when you have a double Bloody Mary, that is, if you've waited till lunch, and then you're half pissed again and useless for the rest of the afternoon, and the only sure cure is to go to bed for about 37 hours, but whoever does that? Instead, you hang on till cocktail time, and by then you're ready for what the night holds, which hopefully is another party where the whole goddamn cycle starts over. Well, I've been on that merry-go-round long enough. I either had to get off or die of centrifugal force.
Buzz.
Joe College has finally arrived.
Suddenly I have an ick. Now listen, Donald.
Michael, don't insult me by giving me any lecture on acceptable social behavior. I promise to sit with my legs spread apart and keep my voice in a low register.
Donald, you are a real card-carrying cunt.
The apartment door buzzes several times. Michael goes to it, pauses briefly, tears open to reveal Emory, Larry, and Hank. Emory in Bermuda shorts and a sweater. Larry has on a turtleneck and sandals. Hank is in a dark Ivy League suit with a vest and has on Cordovan shoes. Larry and Hank carry birthday gifts. Emory carries a large covered dish.
All right, this is a raid. Everybody's under arrest. Hello, darling. Connie Casserole. Oh, Mary, don't ask.
Hello, Emory. Put it in the kitchen.
Who is this exotic woman over here?
Hi, Hank. Larry.
Hi, Emory.
My dear, I thought you'd perished. Where have been you hiding your classically chiseled features?
I don't live in the city anymore.
Here, I'll take those. Where's yours, Emory?
It's arriving later.
Larry.
What?
Give Michael the gift.
Oh, here. Louder, so my mother in Philadelphia can hear you.
Well, you were just standing there in a trance.
You both know Donald, don't you?
Sure. Nice to see you. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, I thought you'd met.
Well,
We haven't exactly met, but we've... Hi.
hi.
But you've what?
Seen each other before.
Well, that sounds murky.
You've never met, but you've seen each other?
What's wrong with the way I said it?
Where?
I think they're going to have their first fight.
The first fight since we got out of the taxi. Oh, sorry.
The first one since we got out of the taxi.
Where'd you find this trash?
Downstairs, leaning against a lamppost.
With an orchid behind my ear and big wet lips painted over the lip line.
Just like Maria Montez.
Oh, please.
What have you got against Maria Mont? She was a good woman.
Listen, everybody. This old college friend of mine is in town, and he's stopping by for a fast drink on his way to dinner somewhere. But listen, he's straight, so...
Straight?
Great. If it's the one I met, he's about as straight as the yellow brick road.
No, you met Justin Stewart.
I don't remember anyone named Justin Stewart.
Of course you don't, dope. I met him.
Well, this is someone else.
Alan McCarthy, a very close total stranger.
It's not that I care what he would think of me, really. It's just that he's not ready for it, and he never will be. You understand that, don't you, Hank?
Oh, sure.
You honestly think he doesn't know about you?
If there's the slightest suspicion, he's never let on one bit.
What? You got a lobotomy?
I was super careful when I was in college, and I still am whenever I see him. I don't know why, but I am.
Tilt.
You may think it was a crock of shit, Donald, but to him, I'm sure we were close friends, the closest. To pop that balloon now just wouldn't be fair to him. And if that's phony of me, Donald, then that's phony of me, and make something of it.
I pass.
Well, even you have to admit that it's much simpler to deal with the world according to the rules than go right ahead and do what you damn well please. You do understand that, don't you?
Now that you put it in layman's terms.
I was just like Alan when I was in college. Very large in the dating department. Wore nothing but those constipated Ivy League clothes and those 10-pound Cordovan shoes. No offense.
Quite all right.
I butched it up quite a bit. And I didn't think I was lying to myself. I really thought I was straight.
Who do you have to fuck to get a drink around here?
Will you light somewhere? Or I thought I was straight. I know I didn't come out till after I graduated.
What about all those weekends up from school?
I still wasn't out. I was still in the Christ, was I drunk last night syndrome.
The what?
The Christ, was I drunk last night syndrome. You know, when you made it with some guy in school and the next day you had to face each other, there was always a lot of shit-kicking crap about, man, was I drunk last night. Christ, I don't remember a thing.
You were just guilty because you were Catholic, that's all.
That's not true. The Christ, was I drunk last night syndrome knows no religion. It has to do with immaturity. Although, I will admit there's a high percentage of it among Mormons.
Trollop.
We all somehow managed to justify our actions in those days. I later found out that even Justin Stewart, my closest friend,
Other than Alan McCarthy,
was doing the same thing. Only Justin was going to Boston on weekends.
Sound familiar?
You see, in the Christ, was I drunk last night syndrome, you really are drunk. That part of it is true. It's just that you also do remember everything. Oh, God. I used to have to get loaded to go in a gay bar.
Well, times certainly have changed.
They have. Lately, I've gotten to despise the bars. Everyone just standing around and standing around. It's like one eternal intermission.
Sound familiar?
Oh, I can't stand the bars either. All that cat and mouse business. You hang around staring at each other, and then you're all night, and then you wind up going home alone.
And pissed.
A lot of guys have to get loaded to have sex. So I've been told.
If you remember, Donald, the first time we made it, I was so drunk I could hardly stand up.
You were so drunk you could hardly get it up.
Ooh.
Christ, I was so drunk I can't remember.
Bullshit. You remember.
Just friends, lovers no more.
You may as well be. Everybody thinks you are anyway.
We never were, really.
We didn't have time to be. We got to know each other too fast. Oh, Jesus, it's Alan. Now, please, everybody, do me a favor and cool it for the few minutes he's here.
Anything for a sis, Mary?
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Emory. No camping.
Sorry. Think the Giants are going to win the pennant this year?
Fucking A, Mac.
Michael goes to the door, opens it to reveal Bernard, dressed in a shirt and tie and a sports jacket. Carries a birthday gift and 2 bottles of red wine.
Oh, it's only another queen.
And it ain't the red one either.
It's the Queen of Spades. Oh.
Bernard, is the downstairs door open?
It was, but I closed it.
Good. I'll take those. You can put your present with the others.
Ring, ring, ring,
Hi,
ring.
Larry. Hi, Hank.
Christ of the
Larry.
Andes. Donald, will you bartend, please?
Hello, Donald. Good to see you.
Bernard.
Hello? Alan?
Hi, Bernadette. Anyone ever tell you look divine in a hammock surrounded by louvres and cold ceiling fans and lots of lush tropical forests?
You're such a fag. You take the cake.
Oh, and what about the cake? Whose job was that?
Mine. I ordered one to be delivered.
How many candles did you save to put on it? 80?
What? Wait a minute. There's too much noise. Let me go to the other phone.
Michael, did the cake come?
No.
What's up?
Do I know?
Jesus, I better call. Okay if I use the private line?
Sure. Listen, everybody, there's some cracked crab there. Help yourselves.
Is everybody ready for a drink?
Ready? I'll be your topless cocktail waitress.
Please spare us the sight of your sagging tits.
What are you having, kids?
Yes, Alan.
Vodka and tonic. Could I have the number for the Marcella's Bakery in Manhattan?
Vadenton and
Is there any beer?
beer? Who drinks beer before dinner?
Beer drinkers.
That's telling him.
No, Alan, don't be silly. What's there to apologize for?
Oh, truck drivers do, or wallpaperers, not school teachers. They have sherry.
This one has beer.
Well, maybe school teachers in public schools. How can a sensitive artist like you live with its insensitive bull like that?
I can't.
Alan, don't be ridiculous.
Here you go, Hank.
Thanks.
Shit, they don't answer.
What are you having, Emory?
A pink lady. Sorry, Emory. A vodka martini on the rocks, please. Oh.
Well, let's just hope.
Lunch tomorrow will be great. 1 o'clock. The Oak Room at the Plaza, okay? Fine.
Donald, reading the new libraries lately?
1 or 3. I did the complete works of Doris Lessing last week. I've been depressed.
Alan, forget it, will you, right? Bye.
You must not be working on the lending desk anymore.
Oh, I am still there every day.
Well, since I moved, I only come in Saturday evenings.
Looks like you stock up for the week.
Are you kidding? That'll only last them 2 days.
Would last me 2 years. I still haven't finished Atlas Shrugged, which I started in 1912.
Well, he's not coming.
It's just as well now.
Some people eat, some people drink, some people take dope.
I read.
And read and read and read. It's a wonder your eyes don't turn back in your head at the sight of a dust jacket.
Oh, well, at least he's a constructive escapist.
Yeah, what do I do? Take planes. No, I don't do that anymore because I don't have the money to do that anymore. I go to the baths. That's about it.
I'm about to do both. I'm flying to the West Coast.
You still have that act with the donkey in Tijuana?
I'm going to San Francisco on a well-earned vacation.
No shopping.
Oh, I'll look for a few things for a couple of clients, but I've been so busy lately. I really couldn't care less if I never saw another piece of fabric or another stick of furniture as long as I live. I'm going to the club baths, and I'm not out until they announce the departure of TWA 1 week later.
You will never learn to stay out of the baths, will you? The last time Emily was taking the Vapas, this big hairy number strolled in. Emory said, "I'm just resting." And the big hairy number said, "I'm just arresting." It was the vice.
You have to tell everything, don't you? Thanks, Sonny. You live with your parents?
Yeah, but it's all right. They're gay. What happened to Alan?
He suddenly got terrible icks about having broken down on the phone, kept apologizing over and over, did a big about face, and reverted to the old Alan right before my very eyes.
Ears.
Ears. Well, the cracked crab obviously did not work out.
Just put that down if you don't want your hand slapped. I'm about to have some.
It's really very good. I don't know why everybody has such an aversion to it.
Sometimes you remind me of the Chinese water torture. I take that back. Sometimes you remind me of the relentless Chinese water torture.
Bitch.
Yeah, baby, let's hear that sound.
A drum beat and their eyes sparkle like Cartier's.
Hank, I wonder where Harold is.
Yeah. Where is the frozen fruit?
Emory refers to Harold as the frozen fruit because of his former profession as an ice skater.
She used to be the Sonia Henny of the Borscht Circuit.
If your mother could see you now, she'd have a stroke.
Oh.
Got a camera on you?
Door buzzes.
Oh my God, it's Lily Law. Everybody 3 feet apart.
It's probably Harold now.
No, it's the delivery boy from the bakery.
Thank God.
Ask him if he has any hot cross buns.
Come on, Emory, knock it off.
You can take her out, but anywhere but out.
You remind me of an old maid school teacher.
You remind me of a chicken wing.
I'm sure you meant that as a compliment.
Thank you. Good night.
Hey, Bernard, you remember that thing we used to do on Fire Island?
That was in so far back, I think I've forgotten.
I remember.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, if it isn't the geriatric Rockettes.
Now they're all doing practically a precision routine. Donald comes to sit on the arm of a chair, sip his drink, and watch in fascination. Hank goes to the bar to get another beer. Door buzzer sounds. No one seems to hear it. Buzzes again. Hank turns toward the door, hesitates, looks towards Michael, who is now deeply involved in the intricacies of the dance. No one, it seems, has heard the buzzer, but Hank, who goes to the door, opens it wide to reveal Alan. He is dressed in a black tie. The dancers continue turning and slapping their knees and heels and laughing with abandon. Suddenly, Michael looks up, stops dead. Donald sees this and turns to see what Michael has seen. Slowly, he stands up. Michael goes to the record player, turns it off abruptly. Emory, Larry, and Bernard come to out-of-step halts. Look to see what's happened.
I thought you said you weren't coming.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We were just acting silly.
Actually, when I called, I was in a phone booth around the corner. My dinner party is not far from here, and
Emory was just showing us this silly dance.
well, then I walked past and your downstairs door was open, and
This is Emory. Everybody, this is Alan McCarthy. Counterclockwise, Alan, Larry, Emory, Bernard, Donald, and Hank.
Hi.
Would you like a drink?
Thanks. No, I can't stay long, really.
Well, you're here now, so stay. What would you like? You'll have to settle for gin or scotch or vodka.
Or beer.
Scotch, please.
I'll get it.
Guess I'm the only beer drinker.
Whose birthday is it?
Harold.
Harold?
He's not here yet.
She's never been on time. He's never been on time in his...
Alan's from Washington. We went to college together. Georgetown.
Wow. Isn't that fascinating?
If that's too strong, I'll put some water in it.
It's fine. Thanks. Fine.
Are you in the government?
No, I'm a lawyer. What do you do?
I teach school.
Oh, I would have taken you for an athlete of some sort. You look like you might play sports of some sort.
I'm no professional, but I was on the basketball team in college, and I play quite a bit of tennis.
I play tennis too.
Great game.
Yes, great. What do you teach?
Math.
Math?
Yes.
Math. Wow.
Kind of makes you want to go out and just buy a slide rule, doesn't it?
Emory, I'm going to need some help with dinner, and you're elected. Come on.
I'm always elected,
Or a natural-born domestic.
said the African queen. You come on too. You can fan me while I make the salad dressing.
Right this way, Emory.
Michael pushes the swinging
You
door
son of a
aside.
bitch.
What the hell do you want from me?
Why don't we all sit down?
Sure.
Hi.
Hi.
I really feel terrible barging in on your fellows this way.
How have you been?
Fine, thanks.
Oh, that's okay.
And you?
Oh, just fine.
You're married?
What?
I see you're married.
Oh,
Yes. Hank's married.
You have any kids?
yes, two. A boy 9 and a girl 7. You should see my boy play tennis. Really puts his dad to shame.
I better get some ice.
I have 2 kids too, both girls.
Great.
How are the girls, Alan?
Oh, just sensational. There's something, those kids. God, I'm nuts about them.
How long have you been married?
9 years. Can you believe it, Mickey?
No.
Mickey used to go with my wife when we were all in school.
Can you believe that?
You live in the city?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
I'm in the process of getting a divorce. Larry and I are roommates.
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I mean,
I understand.
I think I'd like another drink, if I may.
Of course. What was it?
I'll do it if I may.
Loud crash off stage.
What was that?
Excuse me. Testy temperament in the kitsch.
Larry, where do you know that guy from?
What guy?
That guy.
I don't know. Around the bars.
Can I help you, Alan?
I can't seem to find the scotch.
You've got it in your hand?
Oh, of course. How stupid of me.
Why don't you let me do that?
Thanks.
Was it water or soda?
Just make it straight. Over ice.
You see, Alan, I told you it wasn't a good time to talk, but
It doesn't matter. I'll just finish this and go.
Where can Harold be?
Oh, he's always late. You know how neurotic he is about going out in public. Takes him hours to get ready.
Why is that?
Why is what?
Why does Harold spend hours getting ready before he can go out?
Because she's a sick lady. That's why.
Alan, as I was about to say, we can go upstairs and talk.
It really doesn't matter.
Come on, bring your drink.
I finished it.
Well, make another and bring it upstairs.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Excuse me, we'll be down in a minute.
He'll still be here.
Go ahead, Alan. I'll be right there.
What was that supposed to mean?
What was what supposed to mean?
You know.
You want another beer?
No. You're jealous, aren't you?
I'm Larry. You're jealous. Hey, Donald, where have you been hanging out these days? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yes, Emory.
This is a marvelous apartment.
Top of 52.
Marvelous screenplay, which never got produced.
That's right. The last time I saw you, you were on your way to California. Or was it Europe?
Hollywood, which is not in Europe, nor does it have anything whatsoever to do with California.
I've never been there, but I would imagine it's awful. Everyone must be terribly cheap.
No, not everyone. Alan, I want to try to explain this evening.
What's there to explain? Sometimes you just can't invite everybody to every party. And some people take it personally, but I'm not one of them. I should apologize for inviting myself.
That's not exactly what I meant.
Your friends all seem very nice guys. That Hank is really a very attractive fellow.
Yes, he is.
We have a lot in common. What's his roommate's name?
Larry.
What does he do?
He's a commercial artist.
I like Donald too. The only one I didn't care too much for was what's his name? Emory?
Yes, Emory.
I just can't stand that kind of talk. It just grates on me.
What kind of talk, Alan?
Oh, you know, his brand of humor, I guess.
He can be really quite funny sometimes.
I suppose so. you find that sort of thing amusing. He just seems like such a goddamn pansy. I'm sorry I said that. I didn't mean to say that. That's such an awful thing to say about anyone. But you know what I mean. Michael, you have to admit that he is effeminate.
He is a bit.
A bit. He's like a butterfly in heat. I mean, there's no wonder he was trying to teach you all how to dance. He probably wanted to dance with you. Well, come on, man. You know me. You know how I feel. Your private life is your own affair.
No, I don't know that about you.
I couldn't care less what people do, as long as they don't do it in public or try to force their way on the whole damn world.
Alan, what was it you were crying about on the telephone?
Oh, I feel like such a fool about it. I could shoot myself for letting myself act that way. I'm so embarrassed. I could die.
But Alan, if you were genuinely upset, that's nothing to be embarrassed about.
All I can say is, please accept my apology for making such an ass of myself.
You must have been upset, or you wouldn't have said you were, and that you wanted to see me, had to talk to me.
Can you forget it? Just pretend it never happened. I know I have, okay?
Is something wrong between you and Fran?
Listen, I really got to go.
Why are you in New York?
I'm dreadfully late for this dinner.
Whose dinner? Where are you going?
Is this the loo?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Quickly goes to the bathroom, closes the door. Michael remains silent, sits on the bed, stares into space. Downstairs, Emory pops in from the kitchen to discover Donald and Larry in quiet, intimate conversation.
What's going on in here? Oh, Mary, don't ask.
Hank, why don't you come and join us?
That's an interesting suggestion. Whose idea is that?
Mine.
He needs in the conversation.
There's the rest of the wine glasses.
He's working as fast as I can.
Oh, they have to be told everything. Can't let them out of your sight.
I thought maybe you were abiding by the agreement.
We have no agreement.
We did.
You did. I never agreed to anything.
To your health.
Up yours.
Up my health?
The gents.
In the gents' room. If you can all hang on for 5 more minutes, he's about to leave.
Doorbell.
Well, at last.
Michael opens the door to reveal a muscle-bound young man wearing boots, tights, Levi's, a calico neckerchief, and a cowboy hat. Around his wrist, there is a large card tied with a ribbon.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Harold. Happy birthday to you.
And with that, he throws his arms around Michael and gives him a big kiss on the lips. Everyone stands in stunned silence.
Who the hell are you?
She's Harold's present for me, and she's early. And that's not even Harold, you idiot.
You said whoever answered the door.
But not until midnight. He's supposed to be a midnight cowboy.
He is a midnight cowboy.
He looks right out of the chorus of a Bus and Truck, Oklahoma.
Not until midnight, and you're supposed to sing to the right person, for Christ's sake. I told you, Harold has very tight, black, curly hair. This number's practically bald.
Thank you, and fuck you.
It's a good thing I didn't open the door.
Not that tight and not that black.
I forgot. Besides, I wanted to get to the bars by midnight.
He's a class act all the way around.
What do you mean? Get to the bars? Sweetie, I paid you for the whole night, remember?
I hurt my back doing my exercises, and I wanted to get to bed early tonight.
Are you ready for this one?
That's too bad. What happened?
Lost my grip doing my chin-ups, and I fell on my heels. I twisted my back.
You shouldn't wear heels when you're doing chin-ups.
I shouldn't do chin-ups. I got a weak grip to begin with.
Oh, weak grip. In my day, it used to be called a limp wrist.
I can't remember that far back.
Who was it that always used to say, "You show me Oscar Wilde in a cowboy suit, and I'll show you a gay caballero"?
I don't know. Who was it who used to say that?
I don't know. Somebody.
What does your card say?
Yeah, read it.
Dear Harold, bang, bang, you're alive, but roll over and play dead. Happy birthday, Emory.
The sheer poetry, Emmy.
And in your usual good taste.
Yes, so conservative of you to resist a sign in Times Square.
Oh, geez, and here comes the socialite nun.
God damn it, Emory.
Well, I'm off. Thanks, Michael, for the drink.
You're entirely welcome, Alan. See you tomorrow?
No. I think I'm going to be awfully busy. I may even go back to Washington.
Got a heavy date in Lafayette Square?
What?
Emory.
Forget it.
Are you Harold?
No, he's not Harold. He's for Harold.
Goodbye, Hank. It was nice to meet you.
Same here.
If you're ever in Washington, I'd like for you to come meet my wife.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it, Hank?
Yeah, they love to meet him. I have such a problem with pronouns.
How many S's are there in the word pronoun?
How'd you like to kiss my ass? That's got 2 or more S's in it.
How'd you like to blow me?
What's the matter with your wife? She got lockjaw?
Faggot, fairy, pansy, queer, cocksucker. I'll kill you, you goddamn little mincing swish. You goddamn freak. Freak. Freak.
Somebody help me.
Alan beats Emory to the floor. Oh.
Alan.
Start and Hank,
Alan.
rush forward.
Alan.
Get him
Blood
off
gushing
of
from his
me.
nose.
Get him off of me. Oh my God, he's broken my nose. I'm bleeding to death.
Somebody get some ice and a cloth.
Oh, face.
Oh, he busted your lip. That's all right. It'll be all right.
Would you mind waiting over there with the gifts? Well, Harold, happy birthday. You're just in time for the floor show, which, as you can see, is on the floor. Hey, you, this is Harold.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Harold. Happy birthday to you.
He throws his arms around Harold. He gives him a big kiss. Donald looks toward Michael, who observes this stoically. Harold breaks away from Cowboy, reads the card, begins to laugh. Michael turns to survey the room. Donald watches him. Slowly, Michael begins to move, walks over to the bar, pours a glass of gin, raises it to his lips, downs it all. Donald watches silently as Harold laughs and laughs and laughs. Michael, still at the bar, lowers his glass, turns to Harold.
What's so fucking funny?
Life. Life is a goddamn laugh riot. You remember life.
You're stoned.
Happy birthday, Harold.
You're stoned and you're late. You were supposed to arrive at this location approximately 8:30-9 o'clock.
What I am, Michael, is a 32-year-old, ugly, pockmarked Jew fairy. And if it takes me a while to pull myself together, and if I smoke a little grass before I can get up the nerve to show this face to the world, it's nobody's goddamn business but my own.
Huh.
How are you this evening?
Happy birthday, Hallie.
What happened to you?
Don't ask.
Your lips are turning blue. You look like you've been rimming a snowman.
Oh.
Oh, that piss elegant goose hit me.
Careful, Emory. That kind of talk makes him nervous.
Who is she? Who was she? Who does she hope to be?
Who knows? Who cares?
His name is Alan McCarthy.
Do forgive me for not formally introducing you.
Not the famous college chum.
Do a figure 8 on that.
And in black tie, too. Is this my surprise for me, Michael?
I think Alan is the one who got the surprise.
And if you'll notice, he's absolutely speechless.
I hope she's in shock. She's a beast.
Is it his birthday too?
That's your surprise.
Speaking of beasts,
From me to you, darling. How do you like it?
Oh, I suppose he has an interesting face and body. But it turns me right off because he can't talk intelligently about art.
Oh, yeah. Ain't it a shame?
I could never love anyone like that.
Never. Who could?
I could and you could. That you could. Oh, Mary, she's gorgeous.
She may be dumb, but she's all yours.
In affairs of the heart, there are no rules. I think my present is a super surprise. I'm so thrilled to get it. I'd kiss you, but I don't want to get blood all over.
My sweater!
Wait till you see your face.
Come on, Emory, let's get you cleaned up. Happy birthday, Harold.
Thanks, love.
My sweater is ruined.
Take one of mine in the bedroom.
The one on the floor is Vicuña.
You'll feel better after I bathe your face.
Just another birthday party with the folks.
Here's a cold bottle of poulet poussé I brought especially for you, kiddo.
Pussycat, all is forgiven. You can stay. No, you can stay, but not all is forgiven. Cheers.
I didn't want it this way, Howie.
Who asked Mr. Wright to celebrate my birthday?
There are no accidents.
And who asked him?
Guilty again. When I make problems for myself, I go the whole route.
Always got to have your crutch, haven't you?
I'm not leaving.
Nobody ever thinks completely of somebody else. They always please themselves. They always cheat, if only a little bit.
why are you sitting there with his hands over his ears?
I think he has an ick.
Can I get you a drink?
How can you hear dummy with his hands over his ears?
He can hear every word. In fact, he wouldn't miss a word if it killed him. What did I tell you?
Alan. Unmute.
I feel sick. I think I'm gonna throw up.
Say that again and I won't have to take my appetite depressant.
Hang on.
Easy does it. One step at a time.
There, feel better?
Oh, Mary, what would I do without you? I am not ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille, nor will I be for the next 2 weeks.
I'm gonna throw up. Well, let me go. Let me go.
Oh my God, he's after me again.
He's sick.
Sick in the head. Emory, put this on.
Oh, Mary, take me home. My nose can't stand any more of this tonight.
Turning on. Anybody care to join me?
Many thanks. No.
No, thank you.
How about you, Tex?
Yeah.
Michael, I left the casserole in the oven. You can take it out anytime.
You're not going.
I couldn't eat now anyway.
Well, I'm absolutely ravenous. I'm going to eat until I have a fat attack.
I said you're not going.
Having a cocktail this evening, are we? In my honor?
It's your favorite dinner, Allie. I made it myself.
Who fixed the casserole?
Well, I made the sauce.
Well, I made the salad.
Girls, please.
Please what?
Beware the hostile fag. When he's sober, he's dangerous. When he drinks, he's lethal.
Attention must not be paid.
I'm starved. Damn, I'm ready for some of your Alice B. Toklas's opium-baked lasagna.
Are you really? Oh, that makes me so pleased. Maybe I'll just serve it before I leave.
You're not leaving.
I'll help.
I better help too. We don't need a nosebleed in the lasagna.
When the sauce is on it, you won't be able to tell the difference anyway.
Nobody's going anywhere.
You are going to have schmerz tomorrow you wouldn't believe.
May I kiss the hem of your schmata, Dr. Freud?
I am turning on, and you are just turning.
Michael, is there any air spray?
Hairspray. You're supposed to be holding his head, not doing his hair.
Air spray, not hairspray.
There's a can of floral spray right on top of the John.
Thanks.
I keep my grass in the medicine cabinet, in a Band-Aid box. Somebody told me it's the safest place. If the cops arrive, you can always lock yourself in the bathroom and flush it down the John.
Very Cajun.
Makes more sense than when I was where I was keeping it. In an oregano jar in the spice rack. I kept forgetting and accidentally turning my hateful mother on with the salad. But I think she liked it. No matter what meal she comes over for, even if it's breakfast, she says, "Let's have a salad."
You are definitely the type that still moves his lips when he reads and who sits in the steam room and says things like, "Hot enough for you?"
I never use the steam room when I go to the gym. It's bad after a workout. It flattens you down.
Just after you've broken your back to blow yourself up like a poison dog.
Yeah.
You're right, Harold. Not only can he not talk intelligently about art, he can't even follow from one sentence to the next.
But he's beautiful. He has unnatural, natural beauty. Not that that means anything.
It doesn't mean everything.
Keep telling yourself that as your hair drops out in handfuls. Not that it's not natural for one's hair to recede as one reaches seniority.
Faggots are worse than women about their age. They think their lives are over at 30. Physical beauty is not that goddamn important.
Of course not. How could it be? It's only in the eye of the beholder.
And it's only skin deep. Don't forget that one.
Oh, no. I haven't forgotten that one at all. It's only skin deep, and it's transitory, too. It's terribly transitory. I mean, how long does it last? 30 or 40 or 50 years at the most? Depending on how well you take care of yourself. Not counting, of course, that you might die before it runs out anyway. Yes, it's too bad about this poor boy's face. It's tragic. He's absolutely cursed. How can his beauty ever compare with my soul? And although I've never seen my soul, I understand from my mother's rabbi that it's a knockout. I, however, cannot seem to locate it for a gander, and if I could, I'd sell it in a flash for some skin-deep, transitory, meaningless beauty.
Forgive him, Father, for he know not what he do.
Michael, you kill me. You don't know what side of the fence you're on. If somebody says something pro-religion, you're against them. If somebody denies God, you're against them. One might say that you have some problem in that area. You can't live with it, and you can't live without it.
Hot stuff coming through.
One could murder you with very little effort.
You hang on to that great insurance policy called the church.
That's right. I believe in God. And if it turns out there really isn't one, okay, nothing lost. But if it turns out there is, I'm covered.
Harriet hypocrite. That's what you are.
Right. I'm one of those truly rotten Catholics who gets drunk, sins all night, and goes to mass the next morning.
Guilt to guilt. It depends on what you think sin is.
Would you shut up your goddamn minty mouth and get back to the goddamn kitchen?
Say anything you want, just don't hit me.
Well, is it bigger than a breadstick?
He's lying down for a minute.
How does the bathroom smell?
Better.
Before it smelled like somebody puked. Now it smells like somebody puked in a gardenia patch.
And how does the big hero feel?
Lay off, will you?
Dinner is served.
Emory, it looks absolutely fabulous.
I'd make somebody a good wife. What would you like, big boy?
Alan McCarthy and Don't Hold the Mail.
Oh, I can't keep up with you two. I thought you were mad at him. Now he's bitching you. What gives?
Never mind.
What is it?
Lasagna.
It's like spaghetti and meatballs sort of flattened out.
It's been in the steam room.
Has?
It looks like spaghetti and meatballs sort of flattened out. Ah, yes, Harold. Truly enviable.
As opposed to you, who knows so much about haute cuisine. Raconteur, gourmet, troll.
It's good.
You like it, eat it.
Stuff your mouth so that you can't say anything.
Turning.
Wine?
No, thanks.
Aw, go on, kiddo. Force yourself. Have a little vin ordinaire to wash down all that depressed pasta.
Sommelier, connoisseur, pig.
Aren't you going to have any?
No, my lip hurts too much to eat. Anybody going to take a plate up to Alan?
The punching bag has now dissolved into Flo Nightingale.
Hank.
I don't think he'd have any appetite.
Do you like it, Hallie?
I'm having seconds and thirds and maybe even fifths. I'm absolutely desperate to keep the weight up.
You're absolutely paranoid about absolutely everything.
Oh yeah? Well, why don't you not tell me about it?
You starve yourself all day, living on coffee.
Holly paranoia.
Just great, Emory.
Honey casserole, no trouble at all. Oh, Mary, don't ask.
And this pathological lateness. It's downright crazy.
Burning.
Standing before a bathroom mirror for hours and hours before you can walk out on the street, looking no different after Christ knows how many applications of Christ knows how many ointments and salves and creams and masks.
I've got bad skin. What can I tell you?
Who wouldn't, after they deliberately take a pair of tweezers and deliberately mutilate their pores? No wonder you got holes in your face after the hack job you done on yourself year in and year out.
King of the pig people.
Yes, you've got scars on your face, but they're not that bad. And if you'd leave yourself alone, you wouldn't have any more than you already rewarded yourself.
You'd really like me to compliment you now for being so honest, wouldn't you? For being my best friend who will tell me what even my best friends won't tell me, you hateful sow.
And the pills. Harold has been gathering, saving, and storing up barbiturates for the last year like a goddamn squirrel. Hundreds of Nebutols, hundreds of Secanols, all in preparation for and anticipation of the long winter of his death. But I tell you right now, Hallie, when the time comes, you'll never have the guts. It's not always like it happens in plays. Not all faggots bump themselves off at the end of the story.
What you say may be true. Time will undoubtedly tell. But in the meantime, you've left out one detail. The cosmetics and astringents are paid for. The bathroom is paid for. The tweezers are paid for. And the bills are paid for.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Harold.
Hallie.
Happy birthday to you.
Blow out your candles, Mary, and make a wish.
Blow out your candles, Laura.
Oh, she's 32 years young.
Oh my God.
Now you have to open your gifts.
Where's the card?
Here.
Oh, from Larry. It's heaven. Oh, I just love it, Larry.
What is it?
It's the deed to Boardwalk.
Oh, gay pop art.
It's sensational. Did you do it?
Yes.
Oh, it's super, Larry. It goes up the minute I get home.
I don't get it. You cruised Atlantic City or something?
How much did you pay for him?
He was a steal.
Not a steal. I cost $20.
And what do you do for $20?
I do my best.
Oh, what a nifty sweater. Thank you, Hank.
You can take it back and pick out another one for you.
I think this one is just nifty.
Who wants cake?
Everybody?
None for me.
Oh, Bernard, how divine. Look, everybody, bejeweled knee pads.
Monogrammed.
Oh, Bernard, you're a camp.
Thank you, Michael.
What? Oh. You're welcome.
What is it, Harold?
It's a photograph of him in a silver frame, and there's an inscription engraved and the date.
What's it say?
Just something personal.
Hey, Bernard, what do you say we have a little music to liven things up?
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like dancing.
How about something good and ethnic? Emory, one of your specialties, like a military toe tap with sparklers.
I don't do that at birthdays. Only on the 4th of July.
Come on, Michael.
I only lead.
I can follow.
No thanks. I'll just sip this one out.
Come on, Tex, you're on. Want to dance?
Uh-oh, Yvonne the Terrible is back.
Oh, hello, Alan. Feel better? This is where you came in, isn't it? As they say in the Deep South, don't rush off in the heat of the day.
Revolution complete.
You missed the cake and you missed the opening of the gifts, but you're still in luck. You're just in time for a party game. Hey, everybody! Game time!
Why don't you just let him go, Michael?
He can go if he wants to, but not before we play a little game.
What's it going to be? Movie star gin?
That's too faggy for Alan to play. He wouldn't be any good at it.
What would you like to play, Michael? The truth game?
Cute, Allie.
Or do you want to play murder? You all remember that one, don't you?
Very, very cute.
As I recall, they're both quite similar. The rules are the same in both. You kill somebody.
In affairs of the heart, there are no rules. Isn't that right, Harold?
That's what I always say.
Well, that's the name of the game. The affairs of the heart.
Never heard of that one.
Of course, you've never heard of it. I just made it up, baby doll. Affairs of the heart is a combination of both the truth game and murder, with a new twist.
I can hardly wait to find out what that is.
Mickey, I don't feel well.
Stay where you are.
Michael, let him go.
He doesn't really want to. If he did, he'd have left a long time ago, or he wouldn't have come here in the first place. My name is Michael. I am called Michael. You must never call anyone called Michael Mickey. Get very nervous about it. If you don't believe it, try it.
I'm sorry, I can't think.
You can think. What you can't do is leave. It's like watching an accident on the highway. You just can't look at it, and you can't look away. Now, who's going to play with Alan and me? Everyone?
I have no intention of playing.
Nor do I.
Well, not everyone is a participant in life. There are always those who stand on the sidelines and watch.
What's the game?
Simply this. We all have to call on the telephone the one person we truly believe we have loved.
I'm not playing.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, you'd like for me to play, wouldn't you?
You bet I would. I'd like to know who you called after all the fancy speeches I've heard lately. Who would you call? Would you call me?
Sounds like there's, how you say, trouble in paradise.
If there isn't, I think you'll be able to stir up some.
And who would you call? Don't think I think for a minute it would be me. Or that one call would do it. You'd have to call several, wouldn't you? About 3 long distance and God only knows how many locals.
I'm glad I don't have to pay the bill.
Quiet.
Oh, don't worry. Michael won't pay it either.
Now, here's how it works. If you make the call, you get 1 point. If the person you are calling answers, you get 2 more points. If somebody else answers, you get only 1. If there's no answer at all, you're screwed.
You're screwed if you make the call.
You're a fool if you screw yourself.
When you get the person whom you are calling on the line, if you tell them who are you, you get 2 points. And then if you tell them that you love them, you get a bonus of 5 more points.
Hateful.
Therefore, you can get as many as 10 points and as few as 1.
You can get as few as none if you know how to work it.
The one with the highest score wins.
Hank, let's get out of here.
Well, now, did you hear that?
Just the two of you together, the pals, the guys, the buddies, the he-man.
I think Larry might have something to say about that.
Emory.
The duenna speaks. So who's playing? Emory? Bernard?
I don't think I want to play.
Why, Bernard? Where's your fun-loving spirit?
I don't think that this game is fun.
It's absolutely hateful.
Hank, leave with me.
You don't understand, Alan. I can't. You can, but I can't.
Why, Hank? Why can't you?
If he doesn't understand, why don't you explain it to him?
I'll explain
I
it.
had a feeling you might.
Alan, Larry and Hank are lovers. Not just roommates, bedmates. Lovers.
Michael.
No man's still got a roommate when he's over 40 years old. If they're not lovers, they're sisters.
Hank is the one who's over 40.
Well, you're pushing it.
Hank?
Yes, Alan. Larry is my lover.
But you're married.
I think you said the wrong thing.
Don't you love that quaint little idea? If a man is married, then he's automatically heterosexual. Alan, Hank swings both ways with a definite preference. Now, who makes the first call? Emory?
You go, Bernard. You go, Bernard.
I still don't want to.
I don't want to either. I don't want to at all.
There are no accidents.
Then, may I say, on your way home, I hope you will yourself over an embankment.
Oh, go on. Call up Peter Dahlbeck. That's the one you'd like to call, isn't it?
Who is Peter Dahlbeck?
Oh, the boy in Detroit whose family Bernard's mother has been a laundress for since she was a little black-eyed pea.
I worked for them after school, and every summer, I think I loved him all my life, but he never knew I was alive. Besides, he's straight.
So nothing ever happened between you?
Oh, they finally made it. In the pool house one night after a drunken swimming party.
With the right wine and the right music, there are damn few that aren't curious.
And afterwards, we went swimming in the nude, in the dark, with only the moon reflecting on the water.
How romantic. And then the next morning, you took him his coffee and Alka-Seltzer on a tray.
It was in the afternoon, and I remember I was worried sick all morning about having to face him, but he pretended like nothing ever happened.
Christ, he must have been so drunk he didn't remember a thing.
Yeah, I sure was relieved.
Odd how that works. And now for 10 points, get that liar on the phone.
You know the number?
Sure, he's back in Grosse Pointe living at home. He just got separated from his third wife.
DA or BY?
What?
That's operator lingo. It means doesn't answer or busy.
He didn't even give it time to find out. Go ahead, Bernard. Pick up the phone and dial. You'll think of something. You know you want to call him. You know that, don't you? Well, go ahead. Your curiosity has got the best of you now, so go on. Call him.
Hateful.
Hello?
1 point.
Who's speaking? Oh, Ms. Dahlbeck.
1 point.
It's Bernard. Francine's boy?
Son, not boy.
How are you? Good. Oh, that's just fine. Thank you, Ms. Dahlbeck. Is Peter at home? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, no, nothing important. I just wanted to tell him that,
I love him, that I've always loved him.
that I was sorry to hear about him and his wife.
No points.
Oh, yes, my mother wrote me. Yes, it is. It really is. Well, would you just tell him I called and said that I was very sorry to hear, and I hope they can get everything straightened out. Yes, yes. Well, good night. Goodbye.
2 points total. Terrible. Next.
Are you all right, Bernard?
Why did I call? Why did I do that?
Where was he?
Out on a date.
Come on, Emory. Punch in.
Could I have a number, please, in the Bronx for a Delbert Botts?
A Delbert Botts. How many can there be?
I wish I hadn't called him.
No, the residence number, please. Thank you. I do wish information would stop calling me ma'am.
Who the hell is Delbert Botts?
The one person that I have always loved. That's who you said call, isn't it?
That's right, Emory Board.
How could you love somebody with a name like that?
Yes, Emory, you couldn't love anybody with a name like that. It wouldn't look good on a place card. Isn't that right, Alan?
I admit it. His name is not so good, but he is absolutely beautiful. At least he was when I was in high school. Of course, I haven't seen him since, and he was about 7 years older than I was even then.
Christ, you better call him quick before he dies.
I've loved him ever since the day I laid eyes on him, which when I was in the 5th grade and he was a senior. Then he was going away to college. And by the time he got out, I was in high school and he had become a dentist.
A dentist?
Yes. Delbert Botts. D-D-S. And he opened his office in a bank building.
And you went and had every tooth in your head pulled out, right?
No, I just had my teeth cleaned. That's all.
Called?
Will you shut up, Bernard? And take your boring sleep-making ick somewhere else. Go!
I remember I looked right into his eyes the whole time, and I kept wanting to bite his fingers.
Well, it's absolutely mind-boggling.
Phyllis Phallic.
It absolutely boggles the mind.
I told him I was having my teeth cleaned for the junior-senior prom, which I was in charge of decorations. I told him it was a celestial theme, and I was cutting stars out of tinfoil and making clouds out of chicken wire and angel's hair. He couldn't have been less impressed.
I got angel's hair down my shirt once at Christmas time. God, did it itch.
I told him I was going to burn incense in pots so the white fog would hover over the dance floor and it would look like heaven.
And it made little tiny cuts in the creases of my fingers. Man, did they sting. It would be terrible if you got that stuff in your... I'll be quiet.
He was engaged to this stupid-ass girl named Lorraine, whose mother was truly a see you next Tuesday.
Don't digress.
Well, anyway, I was a wreck. I mean, a total mess. I couldn't eat, sleep, stand up, sit down, nothing. I could hardly cut out silver stars unfinished, the clouds for the prom. So I called him on the telephone and asked if I could see him alone.
Clearly not the coolest of moves.
Well, he said okay and told me to come by his house. I was so nervous, my hands were shaking, and my voice was unsteady. I couldn't look at him this time. I just stared straight in his face and blurted out why I'd come. I told him I wanted him to be my friend. I said that I had never had a friend who I could talk to and tell everything and trust. I asked him if he would be my friend.
Poor bastard.
He said he would be glad to be my friend. And anytime I wanted to see him or call him, to just call him and he'd see me. And he shook my trembling wet hand and I left on a cloud.
One of the ones you made yourself?
And the next day, I went and bought him a gold-plated cigarette lighter and had his initials monogrammed on it and wrote a card that said, "From your friend, Emory."
17 years old and already big with the gifts.
And then the night of the prom, I found out.
About what?
I heard two girls I knew giggling together. They were standing behind some goddamn corrugated cardboard Greek columns I'd borrowed from a department store and had draped with yards and yards of goddamn cheesecloth. Oh, Mary, it takes a fairy to make something pretty.
Don't digress.
This girl who was telling the story said she had heard it from her mother, and her mother had heard it from Lorraine's mother. You see, Lorraine and her mother were not beside the point. Obviously, Dell had told Lorraine about my calling and about the gift. Pretty soon, everyone at the dance had heard about it, and they were laughing and making jokes. Everybody knew that I had a crush on Dr. Delbert Butts, and I had asked him to be my friend. What they didn't know was that I loved him, and that I would go on loving him for years after they had all forgotten my funny secret.
Well, I, for one, need an insulin injection.
Call him.
Don't, Emory.
Since when are you telling him what to do?
What do I care? I'm pissed. I'll do anything 3 times.
Don't, please.
I said call him.
Don't. You'll be sorry. Take my word for it.
What have I got to lose?
Your dignity. That's what you've got to lose.
Well, that's a knee slapper. I love your telling him about dignity when you allow him to degrade you constantly by Uncle Tomming you to death.
He can do it, Michael. I can do it, but you can't do it.
Isn't that discrimination?
I don't like it from him, and I don't like it from me. But I do it to myself, and I let him do it. I let him do it because that's the only thing that, to him, makes him my equal. We both got the short end of the stick, but I got a hell of a lot more than he did, and he knows it. I let him Uncle Tommy just so he can tell himself that he's not a complete loser.
How very considerate.
It's his defense. You have your defense, Michael, but it's indescribable.
Y'all want to hear a little polite parlor jest from the liberal deep south? Do you know why Negras have such big lips? Because they're always going...
Christ, Michael.
I can do without your goddamn tears all over my telephone, you Nelly coward.
I may be Nelly, but I'm no coward. Bernard, forgive me. I'm sorry. I won't ever say those things to you again. B.Y.
It's busy?
Lorraine is probably talking to her mother. Oh, yes, Delbert married Lorraine.
I'm sorry. You'll have to forfeit your turn. We can't wait.
Well, you're not wasting any time.
Who are you calling?
Charlie.
I refuse to forfeit my turn. It's my turn, and I'm taking it.
That's the spirit, Emory. Hit that iceberg. Don't miss it. Hit it. God damn it. I want a smash of a finale.
Oh, God, I'm drunk.
A fallen down drunk Nelly Queen.
Well, that's the pot calling the kettle beige.
I am not drunk. You cannot tell that I am drunk? Donald, I am not drunk. Emma.
I'm drunk.
So am I. I'm a major drunk.
Shut up and dial.
I am a major drunk in this or any other season. It's ringing. It's no longer BY. Hello?
1 point.
Who's speaking? Who? Dr. Delbert Botts?
2 points.
Oh, Del, is this really you? Oh, no, nobody. You don't know me. You wouldn't remember me. I'm just a friend. A falling down, drunken friend. Hello? 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 He hung up.
3 points total. You're winning.
He said I must have the wrong number.
He's right. We have the wrong party. We should be somewhere else.
It's your party, Hallie. Aren't you having a good time?
Simply fabulous. What about you? Are you having a good time, Emory? Are you having as good a time as you thought you would?
My turn now.
It's my turn to con Charlie.
No, let me.
Are you going to call Charlie?
Score is 3-2, Emory's favor.
Don't, Hank. Don't you see? Bernard was right.
I want to. Larry?
Be my eager guest.
I'm going to call Charlie for you.
Charlie is all the people I cheat on Hank with.
With whom I cheat on Hank?
The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker.
Right? I love them all. And what he refuses to understand is that I've got to have them all. I'm not the merry kind, and I never will be.
Gypsy feet.
Who are you calling?
Jealous.
Curious as hell.
And a little jealous, too.
Who are you calling?
Did it ever occur to you that Hank might be doing the same thing behind your back that you're doing behind his?
I wish to Christ he would. It'd make life a hell of a lot easier. Who are you calling?
Whoever it is, they're not sitting on top of the telephone.
Hello?
They must have been in the tub.
86. 1 point.
I'd like to leave a message.
Not in. 1 point.
Would you say that Hank called? Yes, it is. Oh, good evening. How are you?
Who the hell is that?
Yes, that's right. The message is for my roommate, Larry. Just say that I called and
It's our answering service.
said, I love you.
5 points. You said it. You get 5 goddamn points for saying it.
Hank, are you crazy?
No. You didn't hear me incorrectly. That's what I said. The message is for Larry, and it's from me, Hank. Yeah, and it's just as I said, I love you. Thanks.
7 points total. Hank, you're ahead, baby. You're way ahead of everybody.
Why? Oh, Hank, why? Why did you do that?
Because I do love him, and I don't care who knows it.
Don't say that.
Why not? It's the truth.
I can't believe you.
I left my wife and family for Larry.
I'm really not interested in hearing about it.
Sure you are. Go ahead, Hankola. Tell them all about it.
No, I don't want to hear it. It's disgusting.
Some men do it for another woman.
Well, I could understand that. That's normal.
It just doesn't always work that way, Alan. no matter how you might want it to, and God knows nobody ever wanted it more than I did. I really and truly felt that I was in love with my wife when I married her. It wasn't altogether my trying to prove something to myself. I did love her, and she loved me, but there was always that something there.
Always?
I don't know. I suppose so.
I've known what I was since I was 4 years old.
Everybody's always known it about you, Emory.
I've always known it about myself, too.
I don't know when it was I started admitting it to myself. For so long, I either labeled it something else or denied it completely.
Christ, was I drunk last night?
And then there came a time when I just couldn't lie to myself anymore. I thought about it, but I never did anything about it. I think it was the first time it was during my wife's last pregnancy. We lived near New Haven in the country. She and the kids still live there. Well, anyway, there was a teachers' meeting here in New York. She didn't feel up to the trip, so I came alone. And that day on the train, I began to think about it and think about it and think about it. And I thought of nothing else the whole trip. And within 15 minutes after I had arrived, I picked up a guy in the men's room of Grand Central Station. I've never done anything like that in my life before, and I was scared to death. But he turned out to be a nice guy, a nice fellow. I've never seen him again. It's funny. I can't even remember his name anymore. Anyway, after that, it got a lot easier.
Practice makes perfect.
And then sometime later, Larry and I met at a party my wife and I had gone in town for.
And your real troubles began.
That was 2 years ago.
Well, I'm always the guy. There's a happy homewrecker. I'm an impossible son of a bitch to live with.
Guilt turns to hostility. Isn't that right, Michael?
Go stick your tweezers in your cheek.
I'm fed up with the teeth of everybody feeling so goddamn sorry for poor shat upon Hank.
Well, Larry, everybody knows you're Frida Fickle.
I've never made any promises I never intended to. It's my right to leave my sex life without answering to anybody, Hank included. And if those terms are not acceptable, then we must not live together. Numerous relationships is a part of the way I am.
Well, you don't have to be gay to be a wanton.
By the way, I am. I don't mean to be gay. I mean my sexual appetite, and I don't think of myself as a wanton. Emory, you're the most promiscuous person I know.
I am not promiscuous at all.
Not by choice, by design. Why would anybody want to go to bed with a flaming little sissy like you? Who'd make a pass at you? I'll tell you who. Nobody. Except maybe some fugitive from the Braille Institute.
Why would you let him talk to you that way?
Physical beauty is not everything.
Thank you, Quasimodo.
What do you think it's like living with the goddamn Gestapo? I can't breathe without getting the 3rd degree.
Larry, it's your turn to call.
I can't take all that let's be faithful and never look at another person's routine. It just doesn't work. If you want to promise, that's fine. Then do it and stick to it. But if you have to promise it, as far as I'm concerned, nothing finishes a relationship faster.
Give me Librium or give me meth.
Freedom, baby, freedom.
You gotta have it. It can't work any other way. And then once you swear the underlying fidelity are lying, most of them anyway, 90% of them, they cheat on each other constantly and lie through their teeth. I'm sorry, I can't be like that. And it drives Hank up the wall.
There is that 10%.
The only way it stands is its chances with some sort of an understanding.
I've tried to go along with that.
Oh, come on.
I agreed to an agreement.
Your agreement.
What agreement?
A menage.
The lover's agreement.
Look, I know a lot of people think it's the answer. They don't consider it cheating, but it's not my style.
Well, I certainly didn't want it.
Then who suggested it?
It was a compromise.
Exactly.
And you agreed.
I didn't agree to anything. You agreed to your own proposal and informed me that I agreed.
I don't understand. What's a menage?
A menage a trois, baby. Two's company. Three's a menage.
Oh,
It works for some.
Well, I'm not one for group therapy. I'm sorry I can't relate to anyone or anything that way. I'm old-fashioned. I like them all. I like them all at one at a time.
Do you like Donald as a single side attraction?
Yes, I did.
So did I, Larry.
Did you tell him?
No.
It was perfectly obvious from the moment you walked in. Never having met.
It was true. We saw each other at the baths and we went to bed together, but we never spoke a word and never knew each other's name.
You have better luck than I do. If I don't get arrested, my trick announces upon departure that he's been exposed to hepatitis. One more shot of gamma globulin in my ass will look like a pair of colanders.
In spring, a young man's fancy turns to a fancy young man.
Oh, Hank, don't look at me like that. You've been playing footsie with the penguin all night. And I suppose you'd like the three of us to have a go at it?
At least to be together.
That point eludes me.
What kind of an understanding do you want?
Respect for each other's freedom, with no need to lie or pretend. In my own way, Hank, I love you. But you have to understand that even though I don't want to go and live with you, sometimes there may be others. I don't want to flaunt in your face. If it happens, I know I'll never mention it. But if you ask me, I'll tell you. I don't want to hurt you, but I won't lie to you if you want to know anything about me.
It's points.
What?
He said it. He said, I love you to Hank. He gets the bonus.
He didn't call him.
He called him. He just didn't use the telephone.
Then he doesn't get any points.
He gets 5 points.
He didn't use the telephone. He doesn't get a goddamn thing.
It's for you, Hank. Why don't you take it upstairs?
One point.
Hello, Hank.
2 points.
This is Larry.
2 more points.
For what it's worth, I love you.
5-point bonus.
I'll try. I'll try.
I will too.
That's 10 points total.
Larry's the winner.
Well, that wasn't as much fun as I thought it would be.
Game isn't over yet. Your turn, Alan. Pick up the phone, Buster.
Michael, don't.
Stay out of this.
You don't have to, Alan. You don't have to.
Emory, I'm sorry for what I did before.
Oh, forget it.
Forgive us our trespasses. Christ. Now you're both joined at the goddamn hip. You can decorate his home, Emory, and he can get you out of jail next time you're arrested on a morals charge. Who are you going to call, Alan? Can't remember anyone? Well, maybe you need a minute to think. Is that it?
I believe this will be the final round.
Michael, aren't you going to call anyone?
How could he? He's never loved anyone.
No matter how you figure, it's tough to be a nigger, but it's tougher to be a Jew.
My God, Michael, you're a charming host.
Michael doesn't have charm, Donald. Michael has counter charm.
Going somewhere?
Yes, excuse me.
You're going to miss the end of the game.
With any luck, I won't be back until it's over.
What do you suppose is going on up there? Alan? What do you imagine Larry and Hank are doing?
Whatever they're doing, they're not hurting anyone.
And they're minding their own business.
And you mind yours, Harold. I'm warning you.
Are you now? Are you warning me? Me? I'm Harold. I'm the one person you don't warn, Michael, because you and I are a match, and we tread very softly with each other because we both play each other's game too well. Oh, I know the game you're playing. I know it very well, and I play it very well. You play it very well, too. But you know what? I'm the only one that's better at it than you are. I can beat you at it. So don't push me. I'm warning you.
You're funny, Hallie. A laugh riot. Isn't he funny, Alan? Or, as you might say, isn't he amusing? He's an amusing faggot, isn't he? Or, as you might say, freak. That's what you called Emory, wasn't it? A freak? A pansy? My, what an antiquated vocabulary you have. I'm surprised you didn't say sodomite or pederast. You'd better let me bring you up to date. Now it's not so new, but it might be new to you. Have you heard the term closet queen? Do you know what that means? Do you know what it means to be in the closet?
Don't, Michael. It won't help anything to explain what it means.
He already knows. He knows very, very well what a closet queen is. Don't you, Alan?
Michael, if you're insinuating that I am homosexual, I can only say that you are mistaken.
Am I? What about Justin Stewart?
What about Justin Stewart?
You were in love with him. That's what about him. And that is who you are going to call.
Justin and I were very good friends. That is all. Unfortunately, we had a parting of ways, and that was the end of our friendship. We have not spoken for years. I most certainly will not call him now.
According to Justin, the friendship was quite passionate.
What do you mean?
I mean that you slept with him in college several times.
That is not true.
Several times. One time it's youth. Twice it's a phase, maybe. Several times you like it.
It's not true.
Yes, it is. Because Justin Stewart is homosexual. He comes to New York on occasion. He calls me. I've taken him to parties. Larry had him once. I slept with Justin Stewart. And he has told me all about you.
Then he told you a lie.
You were obsessed with Justin. That's all you talked about morning, noon, and night. You started doing it about Hank upstairs Larry right now?
I said he was attractive, that's all.
How many times do you have to say it? How many times do you have to say it about Justin? What a good tennis player he was. What a good dancer he was. What a good body he had. What good taste he had. How bright he was. How amusing he was. How the girls were all mad for him. What close friends you were.
We were very close, very good friends. That's all.
It was obvious. And when you did it around Fran, it was downright embarrassing. Even she must have had her doubts about you.
Justin lied. If he told you that he lied, it is a lie, a vicious lie. He'd say anything about me now to get even. He could never get over the fact that I dropped him. But I had to. I had to because he told me. He told me about himself. He told me that he wanted to be my lover, and I told him he made me sick. I told him I pitied him.
You ended the friendship, Alan, because you couldn't face the truth about yourself. You could go along sleeping with Justin so long as he lied to himself and you lied to yourself, and you both dated girls and labeled yourself men and called yourself just fond friends. But Justin finally had to be honest about the truth, and you couldn't take it. You couldn't take it, and so you destroyed the friendship and your friend along with it.
No.
Justin could never understand what he'd done wrong to make you cut him off. He blamed himself.
No.
He did, until he eventually found out who he was and what he was.
No.
But to this day, he still remembers the treatment, the scars he got from you.
No.
Pick up the phone and call Justin. Call him and apologize and tell him what you should have told him many years ago.
No, he lied. Not a word is true.
Call him! All right, then. I'll dial.
Give it to me. Hello?
1 point.
It's Alan.
2 points.
Yes, it's me.
Is it Justin?
You sound surprised.
I should hope to think so after all this time. 2 more points.
I'm in New York. Yes, I won't explain now. I just called to tell you.
That I love you, God damn it! I love you!
I love you.
You get the goddamn bonus! 10 points total, jackpot!
I love you. I beg you to forgive me.
Give me that. Justin, did you hear what that son of a bitch said? Fran. Well, of course I expected it to be you. How are you? Me too. Yes, he told me everything. Oh, don't thank me. Please. I'll put him back on. My love to the kids.
Darling, I'll take the first place I can get. Yes, I'm sorry too. I love you very much. Thank you, Michael.
One.
It was a tie.
Now it is my turn. And ready or not, Michael, here goes. You are a sad and pathetic man. You're a homosexual and you don't want to be, but there's nothing you can do to change it. Not all your prayers to your God, not all the analysis you can buy, and all the years you've got left to live. You may very well one day be able to know a heterosexual life if you want it desperately enough, if you pursue it with the fervor with which you annihilate. But you will always be homosexual as well. Always, Michael. Always. Until the day you die. Oh, friends, thanks for the nifty party and the super gift. It's just what I needed. Bernard, thank you. Will you get him home?
Oh, don't worry about her. I'll take care of everything.
Donald, good to see you.
A good night, Harold. We'll see you again sometime.
Yeah. How about a year from Shavuot? Come on, Tex, let's go to my place. Are you good in bed?
Well, I try to show a little affection. Keeps me from feeling like such a whore.
Oh, Michael. Thanks for the laughs. Call you tomorrow.
Come on, Bernard. It's time to go home. Mary, you're a heavy mother.
Call? Why?
Thank you, Michael. Good night, Donald.
Goodbye, Emory.
Why?
It's all right, Bernard. Everything's all right. I'm going to make you some coffee, and everything is going to be all right.
Donald. Donald. Donald! Donald! Oh no. No, what have I done? Oh my God, what have I done?
Oh, Michael, Michael.
Oh no, no. It's beginning. The liquor is starting to wear off and the anxiety is beginning. Oh no, no. I feel it. I know it's going to happen. Donald, Donald, don't leave me. Please, please. Oh my God. What have I done? Oh Jesus. I can't handle it anymore. I won't make it.
Michael, Michael, stop it. Stop it. I'll give you a Valium. I've got some in my pocket.
No, no, pills and alcohol. I'll die.
I'm not going to give you the whole bottle. Come on, let go of me. Here. Michael, stop that goddamn crying and take this pill.
Like Old Man River. Tired of living and scared of dying.
Michael. Michael, Michael.
If we could just not hate ourselves so much. That's it, you know. If we could just learn not to hate ourselves quite so very much.
Yes. I know. I know.
Oh, who was it that used to always say, you show me a happy homosexual and I'll show you a gay corpse?
I don't know. Who was it who always used to say that?
By the way, I think your analyst is a quack.
Earlier you said he was a prick.
That's right. He's a prick quack. Or quack prick. Whichever you prefer.
Harold was right. You'll never change.
Come back, Donald. I need you. Just like Mickey Mouse needs Minnie Mouse, like Donald Duck needs Minnie Duck. Minnie needs Donnie. Mickey needs Donnie.
My name is Donald. I am called Donald. You must never call anyone named Donald Done.
Do you suppose there's any possibility of just burning this room? What time is it?
It's early. Where are you going?
The bedroom is occupado, and I don't want to go to sleep anyway until I try to walk off the booze. If I went to sleep like this, when I woke up, they'd have to put me in a padded cell. Not that that's where I don't belong. And there's a midnight mass at St. Malachy's. That's where all the show people go. I think I'll walk over there and catch it.
Well, pray for me.
Will I see you next Saturday?
Unless you have other plans?
No.
Michael?
What?
Why do you think he stayed? Why do you think he took all of that from you?
There are no accidents. He was begging to get killed. He was dying for someone to let him have it. And he got what he wanted.
He could have been telling the truth. Justin could have lied. Did he ever tell you why he was crying on the phone? What it was that he had to tell you?
No. It must have been that he had left Fran. Or maybe it was something else and he changed his mind.
Maybe so. I wonder why he left her.
As my father said to me when he died in my arms, I don't understand any of it. I never did. Turn out the lights when you leave, will you?
Wow.
Curtain.
The end.
Woo.
Hey.
Very nice, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Good. Yeah.
I love